Checkout was quick. It wasn't like the last time when he had to go out on Dietrich's orders. Fenric finished his preparations and left the palace directly, leading his soldiers out of the capital. How long will it take to get there if he goes at full speed? 3 days? When he went with Presepe there was no need for haste, so they sometimes stopped to rest unnecessarily. But this time it's different. Fenric had to lead a large number of soldiers and choose which route would take them fastest to the Forbidden Forest. As soon as they moved a little away from the capital, the knights who were waiting for him joined them. One of the knights, who seemed to be of high rank, said after he finished the heavy salute and approached cautiously, "Duke Fenric is certainly aware that a number of knights are still stationed near the Forbidden Forest." Then he continued, "We saw that the forest was completely burned, so the possibility of new monsters appearing is weak, but the commander ordered us to report immediately if any suspicious movement occurred." Fenric's face constricted slightly as he listened silently. He saw with his own eyes the green forest burning into ashes. He also saw the birth cord from which the monsters emerged, and the suffocating smell of the swamp that he could still clearly feel. But, suspicious movement? The knight continued in a trembling voice as he took out a small wrapped piece of paper. "A courier has just arrived." Fenric took it and laid it out calmly. Monsters that used to attack villages began to appear, and even ancient monsters that had never been seen before. He remained silent. As for the knights who tried to monitor the situation inside the forest, they were all attacked, and the entrance to the forest was no longer approachable. The knight said while swallowing his saliva, "Nothing like this has ever happened before." Then he added, "It is as if the forest is completely forbidden to enter, which is why the monster eradication campaign is impossible at the moment." Confused, he continued, "Since I joined the Legion, I have not witnessed anything similar. You know, Duke, that in recent years the number of monsters has been decreasing, not increasing. But now, it is said that their number is 3 times what it was last year. Block entry completely?" A wry smile appeared on Fenric's mouth. Others may not know why, but he does. Vidar's presence with Precipice inside the Forbidden Forest needed no clearer proof than this. He is the one who created the monsters, so it is the same for him, to kill and erase them as he did before, or to revive them now. It was clear why he was using it this time, to prevent anyone from entering. Lest Presepe be taken from him again. The one who was destined to be associated with Presepe was not you, but only one person from the beginning. Yes, this time, he wanted to unite with her without anyone standing in his way. Fenric said coldly, "Lady Presepe is in the Forbidden Forest. You know that too. The palace soldiers will join us. It is true that many knights were killed last time, but now it is our duty to save her." Even if Vidar used every trick to prevent them from entering, he would not back down. However, what the knight said next seemed strange. "The commander said you would say exactly that, Duke." "What?" "He also said that he would help you no matter what. Despite his severe injuries, he requested that we convey to you that he would join us as soon as he finished his preparations." Fenric had a sarcastic expression on his face. What can he do in this state? But the knights were happy to hear the news of Siegfried joining despite his injuries. He has been accustomed to fighting in the Forbidden Forest since he was young, so he will be of great help to us. Fenric muttered indifferently, "Maybe, if he's lucky." Then he added with faint sarcasm, "Unless a corpse joins us on the way." "Sorry. It is enough." He shook his head annoyed, while Kevin, standing behind him, cast a worried look at the knights. "Whether the leader joins us or not, we will now head immediately to the Forbidden Forest. Time is short and you know what I mean." Everyone present nodded grimly, and Fenric once again took hold of his horse's reins. Then it charged forward, kicking up a storm of dust and sand. It was not long before the rest of them lined up behind him and followed him. Fenric gritted his teeth as he drove his horse quickly. And he thought to himself, "Is she crying like last time? Are you trembling in fear? Or might she just be standing in the middle of the monster-filled Forbidden Forest as if nothing had happened?" Monsters would never hurt her. Perhaps the real frightened person was not Presepe, but himself. Afraid that this time she would walk away from him forever, and never come back. She will not find in him anything worth staying at all. However, his mind was replaying over and over again her little voice when she had gingerly confessed to him that she really loved him. But that was not enough to allay his deep anxiety. So he kept driving his horse violently, as if he did that he would see Presepe at once. Rather, it was Vidar who led her after she got lost in the strange place, and took her there. As they walked, Vidar remained unusually silent, until it seemed strange and made her even more worried. A nest that had probably been used by a dragon before was unsuitable for human living, but Vidar didn't seem to think about that. How long will I stay in a place like this? But what do I really want to do? She glanced hesitantly at Vidar, who was sitting far away, then sat down as far away from him as possible, letting out heavy, repeated sighs. If it stays like this, will I actually bond with my real hero Vidar and exit the game? I cannot deny that the idea occurred to me. But something kept holding me back. Even if that were the case, would that be enough? I thought I would do anything to get back to reality. If I had been asked to hang myself, I would have done so. If I had been asked to cut my wrists, I would have done so. But Fenric's face kept following me. That desperate face full of despair staring at me. Why did the Duke look like that at that moment? I will definitely regret it. If I returned to reality and left him behind, I would never stop thinking about him and reliving that moment. But if you escape from Vidar and fail to return to reality? Isn't the hypothesis that I exit the game by choosing Fenric and destroying the system just a personal hope that is not guaranteed? So if I chose to stay with the Duke and I couldn't return to reality, would there be less regret? Then I lost all my memories of reality in the first place. There are only 3 letters left in my mind, Juyeon. As for my life in this game, as Presepe, it is much longer and clearer than my real life. When she reached this point of thought, Presepe laughed blankly, and then whispered alone, "I'm really crazy. I must have lost my mind. Otherwise, how could I think like this?" Then she squatted down, rested her head on her knees, and remained motionless for a long time. She didn't even feel that Vidar, sitting far away, was still staring at her with intense concentration. Night had long since fallen, and the darkness was deepening. Confirmation. Then she had a very strange dream. I must emphasize. The dream had her own voice, a voice she had known for a long time.